Hello to all the tourism enthusiasts. Welcome to another episode of the tourism section of the Savadestan Ask podcast. I'm proudly your host in this podcast, Arash Azarpay. And Miss Meshkat Shiri is with us as a guest and one of the tourism enthusiasts. Well, today we want to talk about the country of Scotland, a beautiful country and the second largest region in Great Britain with 790 islands. I recommend that you stay with us until the end of this podcast. Hello dear Miss Shiri, welcome.
Hello Mr. Azarpay, and greeting to all our dear listeners. I am very happy to be here and talk with you.
You're welcome. We're also glad to have you here with us. Well, Miss Shiri, could you give us a general overview of Scotland?
Yes, of course. Scotland is located in Northwest Europe and is a lush and historical country with numerous tourist attractions that encourage every traveler to consider living in this country. If you intend to explore Scotland, you should know that visiting all of its attractions in a few days is not feasible. When traveling to Scotland, don't miss its unique attractions such as the Lantern of the Sea, the Isle of Skye, Loch Ness, Edinburgh Castle, Loch Mary, Culzean Castle, and other attractions. Scotland has 790 islands, each showcasing its own beauty. The coastline of Scotland is 3.218 kilometers long. This beautiful coastline is a destination for many tourists who enjoy watching the beautiful surroundings. Scotland has many historical cities, including its capital, Edinburgh, the Scottish Parliament, Edinburgh Castle, the historic Royal Mile, and Arthur Seat, as well as many museums, galleries, and cultural sites are located in Edinburgh. Other historical cities include Stirling, Perth, and the coastal town of Dundee. Scotland is an amazing land with fascinating facts. When Scotland was part of England, Queen Elizabeth, the representative of the Scottish government, became the Queen of England. Queen Elizabeth is Scottish. The unicorn, known as the national symbol of Britain, is an animal native to Scotland. Geographically, Scotland is separate from England, and even the geological compositions are different. These two islands collided and came together many years ago. Scots are tall and easily distinguishable among the short English people. The predominant religion in Scotland is Protestantism, and the Scottish Catholic Church has the highest number of Protestants in the world. Additionally, Scotland has fertile lands, which are adherent to ancient agricultural customs. Scots grew and produced food as they did hundreds of years ago. Ancient methods of salting and smoking allowed you to cook food like in the old times. The vast expanse of the country is used to produce the best Scottish food. The best varieties of lamb, beef, and deer are found on the extensive farms. Furthermore, Scotland is rich in lakes and rivers where many wild and rainbow trout live, and the surrounding seas are home to a variety of soft-skinned and hard-shelled seafood. Thanks to the incredibly fertile soil, a variety of agricultural products grow in Scotland, such as wheat, barley, and oats, as well as vegetables and various berries. Thanks to the gifts of nature and the hard work of the Scots, the national food of this country are full of amazing recipes, smoked meat, various pastries, and sweets. Of course, the famous Scottish whiskey should not go unmentioned. The traditions of a Scottish cuisine begin with cooking over an open fire using a large pot where delicious meat soups were cooked by adding grains and vegetables. Various soups and stews still exist in Scotland today. Scottish cuisine is meat-based, often lamb, but veal, pork, vegetables, and fish are not exceptions. Haggis and the Scottish cakes, which use plums in their recipes, are recommended to try if you visit Scotland.
Wow, they sound delicious. Thank you for your detailed explanations. Well, let's move on and talk about the culture and customs of Scotland. Can you tell us more about them from the perspective of the people and their beliefs?
The official language of the people in Scotland is English, but a small percentage of people also speak Scottish Gaelic. Scotland has a rich culture that is more evident in handicrafts, clothing, and music. Scots are committed to their customs and respect them. They are agile, warm-hearted, and good-humored people. Scots have their own traditional local clothing. The Scottish kilt, made of special fabric, is part of Scottish local clothing. Both men and women in Scotland wear these kilts at a special ceremony. Local Scottish music is widely recognized worldwide. The bagpipe is an instrument of local Scottish music played at various ceremonies. Local Scottish dances are part of the culture and costumes of the Scottish people and have been popular among the people for a long time. Compared to the rest of Britain, Scotland has a distinct cultural identity that the Scottish people take great pride in. This country has a long history of literature, art, sports, and food. It even has its own unique language that dates back to before the Viking invasion.
Nature, climate, and tourist attractions in Scotland are surely on the minds of many. Thank you for explaining that too. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, certainly. Scotland has a moderate climate most of the time. This country, with its location between several seas from different directions, has an oceanic and mild climate. Summers in Scotland have a warm and pleasant climate that is by no means unpleasant. Winter in Scotland rarely reaches -0 degrees. For living in Scotland, it's better for tourists to have thick clothing throughout the year because its country experiences strong winds due to its mountain and high altitude area. Scotland, with its historical cities Glasgow and Edinburgh, and outdoor recreations on the shores of Loch Lomond and Ness, is recognized as one of Europe's outstanding tourist attractions. Thinking of Scotland brings to mind images of mountain residents in special woolen clothes, the sound of bagpipes, the Loch Ness Monster, abandoned castles, golf, magnificent landscapes, and Highland sheep. These are just some of the unique attractions in the country that tourists, except for the Loch Ness Monster, truly experience. You can explore Scotland by boat, on foot, by train, or with a personal car, and each of these provides an unforgettable experience. The footprint of history can be seen all over the country. Whether your journey takes you to the castles and legendary battlefields where clans fought, or when you follow the footsteps of mythical kings and queens, or witness the brilliant literary work of Robbie Burns and Sir Walter Scott. Another attraction of Scotland is its silent and tranquility, with remote heather-covered fields, pristine shores, romantic wooded mountains, lakes, and deep valleys. Whether you choose bustling cities, historic villages, or remote lakes and distant plains, you'll find that all of them are filled with sights to see and things to do.
How interesting! Well, I would appreciate it if you could also provide us with some information about the economy of Scotland.
The economy of Scotland is small but open. 5% of the UK's export income belongs to Scotland. The gross domestic product per capita in Scotland is higher than in other regions of the UK except for England. Despite low unemployment rates, wealth in the country is not evenly distributed. Macro policies in Scotland, including central government expenses, interest rates, and monetary and financial issues, are determined by the UK government, and the power of the Scottish Parliament is limited to local economy development. Scotland's economy faced severe economic problems with the decline of heavy industries in the 1970s and 1980s, leading to widespread unemployment. Since the 1980s, the Scottish economy has improved with the exploitation of North Sea oil and gas and the development of advanced technology. The Royal Bank of Scotland in Edinburgh is one of the world's 5 largest banks. When the Royal Bank of Scotland in Halifax, the largest active financial institution, collapsed, thousands of people lost their job. In this crisis, the UK government intervened and with assistance saved them from bankruptcy. The cities of Glasgow and Aberdeen play a significant role in the economy of Scotland. Glasgow is the largest city in Scotland, with 41% of Scotland's population residing there. Aberdeen, in the northwest, is also considered the center of the UK's oil industry.
Thank you very much for your informative explanations, dear Miss Shiri. I hope that those interested in tourism and especially traveling to Scotland have gained sufficient knowledge. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I could be of service to you and our dear listeners. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much, Miss Shiri, and I hope that this information is also beneficial for our dear listeners who are interested in tourism.
You're welcome, Mr. Azarpay. I also hope that my words have been helpful. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, another one of our podcasts about tourism, this time about the beautiful country of Scotland with our dear guest Meshkat Shiri, comes to an end here. I hope that by sharing this information, those who love tourism and gaining knowledge about other countries will benefit from it. We are still waiting for your comments and suggestions on the social media of Savadestan Ask. If there's a topic you'd like us to talk about, please share it with us. Stay tuned for our next and different podcast. Goodbye!